8 ways Eastern European women show respect to men. So, ladies, a lot of my clients say, Greta, I booked you for coaching because you're from Eastern Europe. And I just noticed that so many Eastern European women, that they're just so cool and we so cold and we kind of bitchy. And I just don't have that. Can you teach me that? Now, this video is about not us being bitchy, and we are actually not cold and bitchy. You know what's the secret? The secret is that we respect men and we respect ourselves. And this video will be 5 ways Eastern European women show respect to men. Hello, my name is Greta Berishida. I'm dating and relationship coach for women. For the awesome high value women secrets, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And just before I will share all the Eastern European secrets, why don't you go ahead to my website and check out my book. It's called Devoted Relationships. I put all I've got into that book to have a healthy, successful relationship. It's a very nice read. And if you want some one-on-one coaching, all the links are on my website and the link will be in my video description box below. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about how Eastern European women respect men so that men in return start to adore them back. What do we have? And by the way, I'm originally from Lithuania myself. I moved abroad at 17. I lived in Dublin, I lived in UK, I lived in Switzerland. So I would say for me personally, my skills or my upbringing obviously has a huge part in my coaching. My self-control is definitely from my upbringing. However, because I spent majority of my life dating in UK, I learned the games here and I kind of connected self-control and the games together, and this is how the relationship coaching started. Also, I can only speak about my own family, my own experience. However, I was raised in quite a traditional family in Eastern Europe, actually very traditional. My dad was very strict. And but I seen definitely other women from Lithuania behaving exactly the same way with men that I'm about to describe in this video. Here is the number one, and we already differ, Western and Eastern Europe. So when my dad would go to work, he would not receive any text messages and calls from my mom. Not because my mom was bitchy and cold and cool. No, not because of that, but because she really respected my dad working for his family, and she didn't want to disturb him by her nonsense. What do we see as nonsense? Attention seeking, being needy. We see all of these type of things as immature, complete nonsense, which is kind of like inappropriate to disturb a man that you have a lot of respect for working with this type of nonsense. Therefore, we don't text or call or nag or be needy or attention seek when the guy is at work. If he has a free minute and he's thinking of us, of me, then he picks up that call and he calls you. But we don't do that because we don't want to disturb his work. Now, when it comes to cooking, I had a few clients saying we text a guy to discuss what we're cooking for him. My mom never texted or called my dad to discuss what she's cooking for him. Whatever my mom was cooking, my dad was eating and he was enjoying it. If he disliked something a little bit, he would say it, but it was never in a form of demeaning. it was always like, oh, maybe you could put a bit more salt here, or maybe next time maybe you could make this. But ultimately my mom made her independent decisions around the house, and she respected when my dad was at work. Number two, when a man takes you out on a date in Eastern Europe, he is completely responsible for you. He's protecting you, he's watching your every single step, he's providing for you. So, for example, if you're with your guy and maybe he brought a couple of friends, maybe it's like a group thing, even if he goes into the shop, he will tell his friends to look after you. He'll be like, guys, look after Greta. Even though Greta is 6'3" and she's capable to look after herself, they'll be like, watch Greta just in case someone else will snatch her. So as a woman, you feel automatically really protected, really secure, and because it's such a nice gesture from a guy, you just start to behave feminine and free and playful automatically, because you feel like whatever I do, he's got it. Another thing is, when it comes to paying for the bill, you don't offer to split the bill, you don't offer to pay, because it's considered a massive insult to a masculine man. The way to insult a man is to offer to split the bill. Like, it's a huge insult. And in Europe, in Eastern Europe, we just don't do it. Number three way we respect men is we don't ask questions. So for example, if my dad had a busy day at work, my mom would never ask him any questions. She would never be, where are you going, what you doing, who you gonna meet, what business ideas do you have, when you coming home, all of that. She didn't ask him any questions. She just wished him a nice day. Why? Because she trusts him as a man that he's out there to protect, to look after the family. And her questioning him, I know my dad would have been insanely irritated. You know, and he'd be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you questioning me? I know he would actually feel completely insulted. So my mom never questioned him. But what's funny, when you don't question a man, that's when he comes back and he starts to share everything about his day freely. And he shares way more than you would ever question him. So it's just, I think with Eastern European ladies, we do these things automatically, and by not questioning a man, by allowing him to have his freedom and all of that, we showing him respect and we showing him trust. And this is why we come across so cold. We're not cold, we just respect men. Number four, alcohol. This actually irritates me to this day in UK. And I actually noticed in upper class, it's same as in Eastern Europe. A woman, basically in Eastern Europe, a woman does not touch alcohol. We don't buy alcohol, we don't pay for alcohol. A man does. If you're with a man does these things. We basically don't touch alcohol. So, for example, we drink alcohol. So if we are at the table and there's a glass of wine, it's always a man that takes that bottle of wine and pours a woman a glass. It's never a woman. When the glass is empty or it's getting empty, there will be a man that will take care of the wine and will pour your glass. And it can be any man. It doesn't have to be your partner or your husband. A woman just does not touch alcohol because it's very, very disrespectful for a woman. She's vulnerable, she's fragile, she's a butterfly, she's a lady, she's a flower, she's soft and feminine, she's amazing. She does not need to touch something as disgusting and brutal and vulgar as alcohol. So in a way, it's like men protect you, your purity like that, but we pour it in for you. Also, because a man is protective over a woman, if you had a bit too much, he'll be like, sweetheart, you had a bit too much. take a break, or it's time to stop. And because we respect men, we actually don't argue with that. We don't do all of that. No, I'll have as much as they want. No, we like, okay, I trust you that I look a bit creepy now and I'm gonna stop before I get out of hands. Number 5, in Eastern Europe, men are very masculine. The way we look, we exercise, we work hard. You know, for a man to have a six pack is very natural. It's not a big deal. Like in UK, all the girls go crazy over six packs. In Eastern Europe, we don't go crazy over six packs. All men have six packs. There's nothing, and we all hot. It's normal thing to do. So it's like some men work hard on their looks, as in not like to look beautiful, but to look fit. And we also have this very masculine energy. So when you, as a woman, when you're talking to a man, you automatically feel a little intimidated, and you automatically have more respect for him, and you filter what you say. So you don't criticize, you don't shout, you don't scream, you show respect to him. Also, in return, you end up speaking with a softer voice. You just soften it up, right? So a man is like masculine. You as a woman, you filter and you talk with a softer voice with a man. And in return, that man automatically softens his voice towards you back and treats you like a flower. You know, this is why men treat women so nicely, and a woman behaves so feminine with a man, because his masculinity just automatically puts you in that place. And of course, in return, he really adores you. I'll tell you a quick story. I remember I was with my boyfriend, my first boyfriend, and we were all around the same age, and I was, you know, all cool and stuff like that with him. And my dad calls, right? Literally, my dad calls. My boyfriend was dropping me home, and my dad calls. As soon as my dad called, my dad goes like, hello. I softened my voice up to the maximum. And I remember the whole car was full of guys, and me, because my boyfriend and his friends, they all were in shock. Like I could like, and when I put the phone down, I look at my boyfriend looks like, like you softened your voice 100 times when you were speaking to your dad. And I'm like, yeah, because you know, I didn't explain it to him, but now that I think about it back, I saw my boyfriend back then as equal, as somebody not masculine enough, whereas I saw my dad as insane masculinity, where I had to treat him with respect. And this is why I softened up my voice. And when in return, my dad softens up his voice with me. However, we all know in my, you know, background that when my dad speaks with his natural voice, people tremble. Number 6, we do not ask men out, because from the young age we are told it's a very shameful and very inappropriate thing to do. So it's just automatic. It's a guy that chooses you, it's a guy that asks you out. So yeah, we don't have this problem that we are the ones pursuing men. Obviously, I'm not talking about all the Eastern European women. We are confident women. We are very, very confident. And obviously, many of us are very rebellious towards these things as well. And I know I definitely had a very rebellious side as well when I was a teen. You know, we like, oh, we can do what men can do and all of that. But technically, we are really instilled from young age. It's shameful, it's inappropriate, it's a man that asks you out and leads and takes the moves, it makes the moves. All you need to do is just be happy and follow. Number 7, hold on a minute, I've lost it. Oh yes, we don't chase men. If a guy broke up with you, we do not chase him. Of course, we are upset, but we do not chase or beg back, because again, we are told that it's a very shameful thing to do and that you lose your whole dignity and self-respect, which is very important for an Eastern European woman. So we don't chase a man if he walks away or leaves you. And then, we are just told basically just wait. If he comes back, he comes back. But if a man chooses to come back, he needs to come back to you with a strong pursuit, flowers and all of that jazz, because we're not gonna lift a finger. Also, this way, not only that we kind of keep our dignity, and because we see it as a shameful thing to do, but we also respecting a man by not following him because he made his decision to break up with you. So you respect his decision. Also, we kind of see it like, why would I have, like, in a way, maybe it's a bit like, even like, I'm not gonna believe that I have so much power to change a man's mind. It's a man, so we give a lot of respect to men, right? It's a man that decided that it's over. So I don't think I have that much power to change his mind. Therefore, we don't even try. And at the end of the day, as I said, it's a very high value thing to do. And here comes the last one, number 8. This is more for marriages. So when a guy comes back home after a long day of work, we don't require him to speak like a radio and share every single detail about his day. We just automatically assume that he worked really, really hard, that he had a very stressful day, and that after work, all he wants to do is to relax. If he feels like he wants to talk, we will of course talk, but we ourselves as well, we don't share our day like a radio, and we don't talk non-stop because we are aware that this could tire the guy on top and put some added pressure after his stressful day at work. So we are very happy just to chill, wind down, relax with some music, or watch a movie basically after when he comes back from work. In the meantime, women are very chatty, of course, because we are all women, and women talk. They talk to their mother, they have lots of friends, and they chit chat on the phones with their female friends if they feel like they have a lot to say, and all the whatever gossip to share. So we, in a way, we have a big difference. We treat men and women a bit differently, and we understand that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and we have a lot of respect for men and a lot of respect for ourselves. And that's exactly why Eastern European women are so cool and so cold naturally. It's not that we are cold, we just from little age we're taught how to respect men, and we just apply it. If you liked this video, please press like. Let me know what did you think in the comments below. For one-on-one coaching, book me through my website. I have videos for sale such as how to stay attractive via text, games men play on women, how to have a happy, healthy relationship, differences between men and women. Sorry, not happy, healthy relationship, but how to go from single to a happy, healthy relationship, how to get your ex back, high value women course for sale, and many other goodies. They are all on my website. And thank you so much for watching. Kisses from UK. Mwah.